Hello and welcome to another short video on X-Ray Managed File Transfer. In this video I'm going to be running through a few of the client web UI and ad hoc file transfer use cases that we've got available. Okay, let's get into it. So here we are at the login screen for our SecureTransport web client. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. So you're presented with the web user interface. The My Files tab here allows me to upload and download files. Typical file transfer, upload, download. I'm also presented with a series of folders on the left-hand side. Now these are pre-configured subscriptions and these enable me to move files around. So this is an administrator configured route where I can upload a file and it gets sent to multiple destinations. This is another similar use case where a file gets sent out to a SFTP site. So if I upload a file in here, same public key, that will then get pushed to an SFTP destination, and once it's successful, which it is there, the file will get deleted. I've also got the ability to share various files. So these are folders that an administrator has shared with me. And this gives your admins the ability to go and assign a shared folder to multiple different users. So if I've got a location with a series of files that I need to provide to multiple users, a shared folder is a nice, easy way to do that. Another option we have here within the UI, and this is more of a user-centric share. User has the ability to go and create a folder, let's call it new, and from there they can, if you've given them the rights to do so, they can go and share the folder with the recipient. demo123@xyz.com, and they've got some basic permissions they can choose here, and whether they want to get notifications. And they go ahead and share. So what's going on in the background there, that is a new user that they've shared it with. The new user is going to have an account provision for them. They're going to have some credentials sent to them. And once they've reset their password, they can log on and they'll have access to this folder. And that will be shared between this demo user and the recipient they've just added. Nice and easy. Okay, let's have a look at the other main tab up at the top here, the mailbox tab. So this is what we call our ad hoc file transfer capability, and this gives us the ability, gives the user the ability to send files to a potentially unknown recipient. So you've got a use case where your internal users need to mail out a sensitive document to a third party, and we don't necessarily have a record of the third party or have them enrolled on SecureTransport. This is a self-service capability that gives your users the ability to establish that short-term interaction for file transfer. So this is as simple as, I think, this webmail style interface. And put the recipient details in there, file. They put a message, so nothing we haven't seen here before, just a typical webmail style interface. The important bits are over here on the right. So this has got two options that the user can configure. So this is the expiration firstly, and this is how long the package is going to stay valid for on our server. So where I say package, what happens when a user attaches a file, it's zipped up, it's encrypted, it's stored on the disk, and it's made available to the recipient for this period of time. So I'm going to leave it at 60. Second important thing here is the access. So this is what the user or the recipient is going to have to do to download the file. So if I set it as the default option of just an attachment link, they're going to click, they're going to get a link, they're going to click on it. They're not going to have to go through any additional authentication. They can download. Got options to find secret questions, which in the browser they'll type an answer to a secret question, maybe an account number or something that the recipient's going to know. And then we've got the options at the bottom here. So we can allow the user to enroll as a restricted or as an unrestricted user. And depending on what you choose here is the rights that the recipient will get when we provision an account for them. So either of these options will trigger the backend server to send some credentials out to the new user. They'll be able to reset a password and log on. Basically, these are just different rights that are assigned to the new user. So a restricted user is only going to get this mailbox interface. They're not going to be able to have your normal file transfer, upload, download capabilities, whereas your full unrestricted user is going to appear pretty much as I've logged on here. So let's go ahead and set it up like that. We'll attach a file and we'll send it. That file has now been zipped up, stored on my SecureTransport server. The recipient will get two emails. They'll get, firstly, their credentials, which they have to reset, and secondly, a link to download the file. So the file stays on my server. The email is sent through your normal SMTP relays. Once the user receives that, they can download it. Okay, that's the basic ad hoc functionality. Let's move on to the other capabilities of the interface. So this UI is fully brandable, so you can apply your own color schemes, logos, etc. So you've got, there's a style guide, a update guide where you can go in and it'll walk you through how to apply your own color schemes and all the things you can customize with it. You can put your own messages and things in there. We've got an upload monitor, which can show the status of your upload and download jobs. Normal typical preferences, accessibility options, etc. in there. I think that's about it for the UI. So in addition to this UI, everything I've showed you here can also be done through an API. So if you need to automate these workflows where there'll be a machine-to-machine type thing, we can do all of this function via an API. All right, I hope that gives you a little bit of an introduction into the X-Way ad hoc or STUI. As always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.